The farmhouse they found turned out to be more than that. It was a meteorological station, but concerningly, although operational, the information was being sent elsewhere. Their lovely host Stella had good news for Lark, however, a lead to their missing brother, Weston, and their friend, Beth. Bidding her a goodbye, the team set off for Nodap, coming across the Castle Inn, which was protected by a man infected by a deadly parasite, a spring. Ralph and Helen have a lot of knowledge about springs, but where from, I wonder? I guess you're about to find out. This is The Sprouting. Chapter 4, Stagnation Disturbed, Part 2. It's probably mid-morning, maybe close-ish to midday, not too close to it though. Brunch time, it's brunch time. And outside is fairly sunny, it's quite cold, so it's still kind of mid-spring, so it's still a little chilly in the air at this point. And the four of you are making your way along the road in search for a pharmacy. You cross over another tiny little bridge, but this waterway that whatever it crossed over previously is dry now. You can just see lots of weeds that have grown up to the height of the bridge itself. Doesn't appear to be anything dangerous in it unless you specifically want to look, but you hear the sounds of animals, you hear the sounds of plants rustling and moving around. You don't hear anyone in particular, and you don't hear any specific creatures or plant creatures that you would be aware of. You continue across the other side of the bridge, and the pathway twists and turns. It's still only wide enough for like one car and one person walking along this. From one side, the bushes are quite overgrown, and you can see on the other side there are a couple of small buildings. Eventually, you come to a building that whose front would at one point have been completely glass, completely see-through, including the door. But at this point, it's all smashed and broken in. And looking inside, you can see the remains of posters that are now long faded of people and babies and, the fake smiling. Don't forget to use your tooth whitening toothpaste. And you see lots of remains of what looks like boxes and packages. Some of them have been sprawled open and knocked aside. You can see that on this kind of desk at the back of this shop, you can see that there was once a till, but that too has been knocked to the ground. And you can see that the cash drawer is open and it now contains nothing whatsoever. Behind that counter, you see rows and rows of shelves through a tiny, slotted glass. And the rest of it is just one large wall with one door that looks very secure. And you can tell that because it has not been broken to, nor has the little kind of glass slot that is in the wall where you can see these kind of other rows of boxes and stuff behind it also has not been broken. Inside this store, you also notice that along the ceiling, you can see this large leafed plant. The leaves themselves are extremely, very, very dark, and only with, good perception you can see they're not actually black. It's really, really dark purple. And you can see these large leaves and these large petals just flat up against the ceiling. What do you want to do?
I would like to roll to know if I know that plant.
Sure.
And its business.
What the fuck is it doing here? Yeah, sure. Take a natural world.
Failure.
I could also offer you a personal history check to see whether you would have actively come across them. So I will also offer that to you as another chance, Sally.
I would like that. Let me see. What would that be? I have points in something random. Could it be navigate?
No.
Oh, history. All right.
History, survival maybe also, yeah.
Do I have point? I have some points in survival. Yeah, let's do survival.
Okay.
Oh, no, I rolled twice accidentally. Oh, but only one of them came through, and it was a hard success. I'm putting a point in that.
Yeah, like you've come across plants like this before. You haven't seen this particular shade and color and the almost complete flatness that it has on the ceiling, but you are very you kind of recognize this as what this would be. You know that this plant is kind of one of those, it reacts to sounds, and when something is below it, the way that it catches and hunts is that its kind of middle section will launch itself down and pierce through whatever creature is below, and then, feed as they will.
Uh-huh.
The fact that this one doesn't have anything currently caught kind of tells you that this might be kind of hungry. And then it reacts very strongly to sound. So you could maybe taunt it into launching itself, or you just have to be super good at stealth. You just don't know how good the plant is at figuring out, oh yeah, that's a rock that fell in from a landslide, or oh, this is a person. Like, you don't know how smart they are in that respect, but you could try it.
Sully wants to I think Sully wants to do a quick one-over around the building. I'm assuming that he has more than once been able to get into a room that had been unpierced, literally by just knocking down an outside wall that was structural, the structural integrity just had degraded over the years.
Yeah, so this little pharmacy is in a row of shops, so it's not like an individual building and this is the pharmacy. It's in a row of shops. So you could definitely go around the back of it and have a look around the back, or you could maybe scale the front of the building and see if there's anything a roof access. It's very unlikely, but places around here do look like they have skylights.
Sully's not going to climb any buildings yet. He's just going to do a quick walk around. He has his gun with him, and he's going to ask just Helen to walk with him.
Sure.
Never go alone
if
if
she
you don't
doesn't
have
come
to.
back, guys, kill him. Yeah, it's like the second building in from one end, so it's a very quick walk around to the back, and you find yourself in a very narrow alleyway. You can see that what would have been wooden fences either side, but they're now completely destroyed and ruined and in a bad state. The undergrowth and the grass is grown up to your knees, and you can see there's lots of swaying in it. It might be the wind coming in that's making all this grass move. You're not sure, but it's definitely stuff growing here, and there's quite a lot of it. You can see that at the back of the buildings, that there looks there would be doors and entrances to each of the shops specifically, and you can also see that on the back of most of the individual shops, you can see that there is what looks like a rickety metal fire escape, but would take you up to a second floor, above the first, and that you can kind of tell from the way they are decorated and things hanging in the windows that everything above the first floor is a flat above a shop.
Now, I don't know a lot about Italian construction, but I know in Britain you guys love just putting in wooden floor. Nah,
Yeah.
Surely not. Between a store and a living house? Nah. Italians love their clay. They love their brick and mortar. Nah.
Yeah, and stones.
Yeah, stones is what I meant. Yeah.
Because it's cooling.
Yeah. No. All right. Sully's just gonna circle around back to the people. If he sees nothing obvious, it's just was there no service entrance at the back?
Yeah, there's an exterior door for each of the shops. Yeah.
Does the door look about as heavy duty as the door inside? Or does it look even heavy dutier?
Actually, no, they all look fairly standard. They're not these are simple wooden doors and you can kick them down. You need one of those police issue battering rams to get through them, but they're not unsurmountable by any shot.
No, all right. But I'm assuming any locking mechanism has long since rusted, completely fucked.
Yeah, probably. So it would take some effort and skill to get through, but if at a basic judge, I'm gonna say you can see this. This is probably a lot easier to get in than if you went through the front.
Yeah. Okay. I think Sully wants to check the two stores on either side and see if somebody has at any point managed to pierce a hole into the pharmacy part.
Yeah. Are you planning to go through the back or the front?
I imagine I would go back to the front, as that's probably the entrance most people would go through, and as such would have trotted paths and like people have moved shit out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. The store on the right, the one that you would have you literally circled around already. That looks like as you peer in. This building hasn't been like looted because it looks like it has like a couple of tables in there and a couple of chairs and pictures of houses and like a little office at the back, and it looks relatively untouched. Even the plants haven't really gotten in here. That's what you can kind of see from this point. On the other side, there is what looks like another glass-fronted building with all the glass kicked in at the front, so you can just walk in there. There is no plant on the ceiling in this particular place, but it looks like it has a lot of broken glass in there and one really long counter along one side of the wall, another counter that goes along the back. And you can see that there are these like red and white and blue like hanging paper, which is kind of like a quick screen between like the shop part and whatever is at the back. So like one of those like paper door things that aren't really doors, that like bead curtains, but made of paper. Like I don't know how to explain that. Plastic, whatever.
I'm assuming in the what I assume was description of a real estate agency. I'm assuming that one, the wall is just clean all the way to the back, like no obvious signs of damage.
Unless you go in there, it doesn't like the depth of the shop or the depth of the like seating area is, from what you can see, like there is definitely an office that is at the back that you can't see, but there doesn't, from what you can see right here, it looks like there's a hole through it. And it's the same with what I would just say is a butcher shop. Like you don't see another hole directly in there, but you know that there is a space at the back.
Okay, yeah. All right, I return to the group and tell them just like, there's no obvious ways in. The back has a easier to pierce door, but the lock is long gone, so it would be an open by force kind of situation.
I think while you were gone, Lark just went through like the front area of the store, which I assume has like, you know, those things in the apothecary that you can just grab, or like first aid kits or whatever. I think like Lark would try to find anything like that. Like, anything.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, roll a luck check for me, because there wouldn't be like first aid kits per se, because those definitely would have gone by this point, but there are some other like things bandages. That maybe, that are kind of at the front of the store that
syrup.
aren't under the... No, that's long gone. I had ages ago. No, like, so like the giant like plant that would like launch down from the ceiling that covers most of this, like you could get to a little bit inside the store, but if you go any further, you'll definitely risk waking up this plant.
Yeah, it's a success.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Like you come across like cotton balls and like the ear cotton cleaning ones. No, they're not supposed to be used for the ears. Yes, Q-tips. Thank you. Like you come across Q-tips. You come across like you kind of like dig through and you grab these things off and you're like, oh, and there's like a tiny little bottle of like TCP, which is like an alcoholic disinfectant that's supposed to be for like cuts and stings and bees and shit. Like it's really small and it was definitely hidden behind like a box of other shit that's like, nobody needs like fucking hair dye at this point in life. Come on. You do find that as well. So you can like put that on a note somewhere.
I'm gonna grab that because Gumpendorf needs stuff.
Yes. Things like, Q-tips and cotton buds, like they're good for cleaning up stuff and like absorbing like if there are any injuries. And the TCP is like, thank you for not letting me get an infection.
Yeah, anything small that Lark can grab and can find there.
You can absolutely grab that,
Yeah.
Just at the front of the store where like you are not going to wake up the plant.
Yep. What are we here for? I'm sure none of this can help the person in that house. And they hold up the Q-tips and the TCP.
No, and you see like Helen, like she kind of like swings her backpack off a little bit, and you see that she goes in and she pulls out like this, it's a fairly thick book. It looks like a journal. When she opens it, and you can see lots of dashes and lines and dots and stuff, and she's clearly writing in Morse code. She turns to the back and she writes like a couple of letters down. She pulls it out and she gives it to you, and she says, and puts the book back in her bag, and she says, so any medicines that have like athamine at the end, probably good for parasite stuff. If we can't find any here, I don't know, we may not have many other options. But if you find anything that has these letters at the end of a word, that's what you want to find.
Lark starts comparing the letters against everything they can find, like in the front store where they can reach. Unsuccessfully.
Absolutely none.
Are we all together, or have y'all run off?
Yeah, I'd say we're all together.
Okay.
Yeah, like me and Helen ran off for like a good 10 minutes, I assume, doing like basic scouting.
Yeah, doing the thing around the back, and then by the time he yanned back, and Lark has already like snuck in.
You saw something incredibly dangerous, and then didn't tell us about it, and then ran off, and left us here next to the dangerous
we all saw
thing.
the plant.
Sorry. I assumed we all saw the plant, and then Sully basically said, like, I'm going to go check around, see if there's another way in. Sorry, I didn't actually role play any of it now that you're mentioning it. You're right.
I'm just going to assume, like, Lark probably doesn't know what the deal is with the plant, but they know better than to stay close to such a large plant.
Yes. Natural survival instincts kicking in here.
No, like 10 minutes ago, or like Sully basically said, I'm going to check the perimeter, see if there's an easier way in than through that door. And then he took Helen and went for a walk. And then he came back covered in blood and no Helen.
Sorry, boys.
That guy's already been helped about as much as we can probably help him. I doubt we're going to find anything strong enough for what he needs. It's not the end of the world for him. But Sully, what happens when we open the door and he's one of the other parasites, you know, the mercenary kind in the camp that you didn't want to go to? What then? You still wanting to help him? Because, like, I'm not exactly going to send him to anyone that I know by name if he's going to be a danger to them. You know what I'm saying? He's already been helped by the information that he now has. He could wait till nighttime and, you know, try to start surviving a bit of a different way than he's currently doing. He's got a better shot now, but I don't want to send him to anyone I know if he's going to be a risk.
Understandably, I understand. I agree with you. I am, of course, making the assumption that this is a simple man that's been trying to survive. My intentions here are simply to get into the back of the pharmacy for some medical supplies, because we still want to bring some back to Gumpendorf. So this kind of coincides with our Gumpendorf. To go to Gumpendorf. It just kind of happens to coincide with our current goal.
Yeah, right. And, you know, we need to focus on Gumpendorf while we're here. Like Pharmacy mentioned, we were coming here anyways. Sully, when the parasite takes you over in the day, it doesn't take you back indoors. Why is he indoors with a bunch of corpses? It's a red flag. I'm not...
I see what you mean.
Desperate situations. I'm not trying to make judgments on, you know, the actions of people in extremely desperate circumstances. But it is a bit of a red flag.
It could be that they drank the water, and slowly over time they saw some people act strange, some succumb faster than others, and they noticed that in the daytime some of them wandered into the lake and maybe puzzled it together. we can ask him a couple of questions before we hand him any important medical supplies. I think that's fair.
You can be a better judge of character than I am, because you seem to know what people are risky to deal with and not. I would kind of just help anyone, but
In this case, it's something I've never heard of before. I would love to help him and know the solution to a problem. But yeah, I can give him a little bit of a look over before we hand him anything. But Gumpendorf has been able to keep their mountain safe for a long time. If he is a man with some kind of parasite, if we get him enough medicine to subdue it, maybe they'll be able to figure out how to help him.
I know people who might be able to help him.
Your people?
If it's gotten really bad. But I don't want to send him there unless we think he's worth the risk. And we might not find any medication here at all for him.
Yeah.
It's really the amount of people before the sprouting that suffered with parasites, not quite on the same level as people who needed painkillers. So the chance of us finding it are pretty low anyway. And I think if we can't find it, then, well, I wouldn't want to turn into a spring. I've seen it and it's not pleasant.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Like I said, he already has so much more information and a better chance to survive with the knowledge of what actually triggers this thing. So as long as he goes somewhere at night and can make it there at night and do some careful traveling, he might have a shot if he can get somewhere. More so than staying in there anyways. I don't know if we can actually take him with us and help him. But,
we're already being slowed down and distracted. I don't think we could take him all the way to Corinthus. Not before nightfall.
But the only shot he's got is something that could kill him as well. So, I mean, that's not really a decision he should make today. So, even if we found it. What I'm saying is places need night watch, He's got the knowledge that he needs to make some different plans now. It's just a matter of whether we give him any names,
I understand what you mean. Yeah, I'll be sure to vet him before we tell him where to go. But I don't know about the spring thing. Does it inevitably get to you, or can you live with it forever, as long as you stay in the dark?
I mean, would you be surprised if I told you that I knew people infected who were functioning members of society? Like I said, places need night watch.
Roll a psychology check, please.
Jesus Christ. Extreme success.
Oh,
dude.
I'll just let you write that if you want to. I mean, I don't think I have a shot.
Farm for improvements.
You're right.
Yes.
Idiots.
You're right.
Don't forget to mark your improvements if you get them.
Yes. I marked my survival earlier.
Well, okay. I'll take it. Success. Regular success.
Ding.
Lark, are you going to roll as well?
no. Lark got nothing.
Yeah, everything's fine, Lark. Don't worry about it. For Ralph, who just got a normal success, there is definitely a side-eye reaction from Helen. This is definitely news to her. And to Sully, this is terrifying news. But it's very quickly subdued and back to trying to learn.
Don't tell me she had the mist situation.
You have to find out, my buddy.
Jesus Christ. I hope not. Okay, you see Sully is genuinely shocked that you tell him that people can live with this forever. So Okay. Well,
I mean, it's still a risk. It's
Of
not
course.
something.
And that's probably the best way for this disease to propagate. It's to have people travel long distances and then infect new sources. So, but I want to get into the back of the pharmacy, whether or not we find parasite killers for him. Parasite killers. What's the word?
Anything that ends in ethylene.
If we find some ethylenes for him, that would be fantastic. But we're also looking for basic pharmacy stuff. And if this has never been cracked, this is going to be a genuine gold mine. We're probably going to take a bunch of it also with us to... we're probably going to take a bunch of it to Corinthus as well. Because medical supplies are always worth carrying.
Yeah, I think... Let's just go to it.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you think we can just get past that plant somehow?
I haven't dealt with many of these. Usually I just go around them. This one has picked a very bothersome situation. I think the best chance we have is to just throw something in there, maybe scare like a wildlife animal in there once we've got this thing going, have it to catch onto that, and then you go in and you just chop at it. Once it's down, it's basically a fish in a barrel, as they used to say.
Can we just throw some rocks at it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can very easily look around. There are rocks and debris and like old hubcaps and like spare tires for bikes that are long gone. Like you can literally grab any sort of debris you want, and it's going to be like, I'm not going to make you roll if you want to just yeet it at this thing like roughly in the center. It's like after one or two throws, you're going to get it regardless. So you can do that if you'd like.
But first we have to get in.
The front of the building is broken glass. You can just walk straight
Oh,
in.
I thought the plant was inside the locked area.
No, you can't see inside the locked area. You can see like through a tiny little like glass like slot where they put the medicines through, and you can see that there are shelves in there with boxes.
Right.
But the front part has like bits and pieces left over, and the plant is on the ceiling.
Yeah, gotcha. All right.
Oh, it's growing from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Flat on the ceiling. Yeah.
I thought it was so big that the leaves were touching the ceiling.
No, that's how it like
Okay.
ambushes. So you walk underneath and it's like shoop down
okay.
to the ground, like pierces whatever is down there, and then it begins to feed.
Lark, are you any good at catching live prey?
Not so much. I can catch fish, maybe. What do we need it for?
If we can trick the plant into coming down, it's no problem. It is
Can we not just throw a piece of wood or something underneath it, and like with a rope attached to it, wiggle it around, make it look like there's something underneath it?
Let's try it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say, because the hubcap has like little slots in it, so you could definitely put like a rope through it and just like wiggle it around. You can use it like a frisbee to get it in like some good distance. You could definitely give that a shot. Like, I think that's fine. Lark, roll a luck check for me.
A luck check?
A luck check, yeah.
That's a extreme success.
Ooh.
Yeah, like you managed to find like a little hubcap looking thing, and you put a little piece of rope through it, and like you get a good secure knot on it, and like you give it a good yeet into the middle of the room, and it clatters around, nothing seems to happen, and then you kind of give it a good couple of yanks from side to side like it's walking, and then suddenly all of you see this kind of all of the leaves and all of the stems and all of the petals that are this like very, very dark purple plant just suddenly shoot from the ceiling down to the ground and try and pierce a hole straight through the hubcap as it's directly underneath it, and you see the petals like wrap around it, and you see like other parts that begin to like shoot down, like trying to embed something, but now it's on the ground, and after a few moments of like continually trying to like smash down around the hubcap where it already has it pierced, it stops moving. It's very now still, and you can see like it's kind of like this dark purple column of flower and plant in the middle of this pharmacy.
Is it within, like, can we get to it, or was it behind a glass?
Oh yeah,
thing?
absolutely. Like it's the glass at the front of the shop is all smashed in, so you could literally walk up and like punch it.
Lark is gonna draw their sickle and then take a look over the shoulder at Sully and Ralph.
Did Ralph have a machete or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sully's just gonna gesture at your machete, which I assume you have at hand.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, Sully does not have a machete, so...
You came not prepared.
No, I came not prepared. I came prepared to kill.
What kind of survivalist are you?
I never wrote down machete. I have a knife. That's it.
Oh, if it's knife large, it means machete. I made sure everybody had a machete when we started.
Okay, yeah.
So if it says knife large, it means machete.
Yeah, okay, then
I just want to make sure that Lark is not the only one going in there,
No.
and then the plant is like, oh, you dare disturb me while I'm feasting? Excuse me.
Squeeze me. No, Helen also has a machete very clearly. So she'll also holster her weapon in and pull out a machete too.
Yeah, then I think Sully's just gonna, has Sully done, literally this before? Tricked the thing into coming down and then gone and hacked at it?
You've probably not tricked one before, but you've seen other people, have a go at it, and it's never been quite this successful.
Okay.
You've stomped into its office and demanded that it come down before. That's more your style.
You think I'm going to Karen this
talk
thing?
It down for bullying.
I want to talk to your manager. Get Yamal on the phone right now. Yeah.
Well, if everyone's getting their weapons out, then I think Lark is definitely going in there. But as they slash, they're definitely making sure none of the sap gets anywhere on skin over them.
Yeah, it's probably quite wise. Everybody strikes forward instead of towards their body. So yeah, I think between the four of you and your various machetes and hand sickles, you can slice and dice this thing, and you see this kind of dark purplish ooze coming from it, but it's definitely does not move after the point where it has shot everything down to the ground and ceased moves. You're definitely able to cut through this thing and this thing is not recovering. You did a good job on this. You find yourself now in the main body of the pharmacy. There is a desk at the back, and you can see that there is a pretty well secured door and also a tiny little glass hatch that you would pass medication through.
All right. I think we approach the glass hatch room thingy.
I think Lark is going alongside those shelves that have the draw-out shelves where the medicine is stored, and is comparing the letters on the little
those
thing.
would be behind the door.
Oh, so they cannot get to?
No.
Okay.
So all of the good medication is in the secure place where most of the controlled substances would be.
Lark is going to assume that Sully and Ralph are going to try to get in there, and they're already trying to compare the letters because they are I can finally use letters to the text on the shelves.
Yeah, I'll also give it to you all that you do manage to find a healthy amount of the crepe bandages and dressing pads, and you also find bandages, dressing pads. You also find a couple of bottles of paracetamol and ibuprofen and what looks like these kind of it's in a box that clearly shows they have round, brightly coloured tablet-looking things in it, and it has the word strepsils on them. So you find some cough sweets around as well. I'm just going to give that to you that's what's in this part of the pharmacy that you can easily get to. So one of you can add that to your loot list or put it in the group list. I'm not going to make you specifically whoever it is.
Mark, you grab that.
Loot.
So Lark is on a looting run of this part.
Loot.
Sully and Ralph, what are you up to?
At least
breaking
Sully's,
and entering.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna do crime.
Could one of you make... So the door is quite thick. It's made of metal, and you can see it has one of those big handles on it. You also see that next to it there is this tiny little black pad, which is a half the size, or is it an A6 size that has numbers on it and what would be a glowing LED strip at the top, but there's no power to it currently. That's what you guys are going to come across.
All right.
Oh, Can I get into that? Can I hack this door?
You could. You'd have to give it like a little bit of power, so that would mean like opening the front of the security pad, and then like giving it enough juice for it to accept. And yeah, you could definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ralph pulls out a couple cables from his, I guess, jacket, like I had mentioned before. I don't know how this is all coming out of his backpack or however. But yeah, is able to connect his battery to this.
I want to say like 100% when suddenly like climbed over the counter and saw the thing, he just like, fuck, okay, I'm gonna have to break through the back door. And then you climb over and start fucking with it. He's just like, oh. Like there's a genuine moment of like surprised excitement from Sully of just like, oh.
Computers. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep.
Yeah, he pulls down his headset and starts to like do little typing.
Yeah, I guess you can take a computer use with a bonus die. It's just like super easy for someone of your skill set.
37. Success.
Damn, boy.
Fantastic. Don't forget to mark it as a success.
It's already marked from something else.
Oh, of course. Right, yeah, you did the meteorological thing. Right, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I just used the AI companion because I was like, what are the words that Hem used to describe the things I found? And it says, Lark found crab bandages, dressing pads, bottles of paracetamol and ibuprofen, and cough sweets in the pharmacy. They also discovered a box of round, brightly colored tablets called strapples. I'm like, what the fuck? That's
scary.
You find like 2 boxes of Stretzels. There you go. 1 blackcurrant, 1 honey and lemon, or whatever the other crazy flavor is these days.
It knows exactly what's going on.
They're gonna fucking release our podcast before we do.
Yeah, with the little bit of power that you managed to like feed it through your battery, the encryption, big air quotes on that, is really basic. And you are able to very quickly fake an ID, and you just hear this loud like crunch noise, a bit of a click, and the door opens just like so barely, and there's a very loud like metallic scratching and screeching sound as the door opens only like so you got enough to like put a hand or an arm in there, and then you can yank it the rest of the way. It is quite loud when you do this, just to be aware, as you manage to open this door. Ahead of you in this little back room, you see that off to the left hand side there is what looks like a small break room for staff, and you can see that there is a table, some chairs, a sink, a kettle in there. You can also see that next to this there is office. You see there is an office. Sorry, my brain like, wait, what was supposed to be here? It's an office. Next to the break room, you can see that there is another little room that's been sectioned off from this main area, and that looks like to be more of an administration office, and the door is slightly ajar. Everything in this area is kind of dark. There aren't any real windows that face like the backside, and Sully, you would have seen that when you're on the back anyway. You can see that there is a fairly sturdy looking door that also has like one of those keypads, which you managed to break through, but you don't have to worry about that now. Inside this main part, however, at the back, you can see there are rows of shelves, and they contain a lot of small boxes, and they contain a lot of powders and liquids, and you can see there's lots of like really small bags around and small boxes, and you can see there's stacks and stacks of paper. There are stacks and stacks of medicinal like textbooks that pharmacies would use, and you can see that there are what looks like a couple of laptops that are dotted around in this like work area that obviously have no power, but they are still there.
You can steal some laptops.
One of them has a flash drive in it, you know, the little USB thing that you plug in. One of them has one of those. It's a funky like bright orange one, and when you kind of like get a better look at it, you can see it has like a little picture of Red Panda on it. There you go, that's flavor text. One of them has that.
Yeah, I'll go through all the computers and see what salvage there is here. Collect all of the things that might have any data on it, and I also, you know, Well, gesture to Sully to come on.
I'm going to secure the room.
Continue to lead the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sully, since you're securing the room, you can either make me a spot hidden or a listen check.
I think it's going to be a spot hidden. Let me see. Yeah, spot hidden. It's a 50% of success. And it's a success, a hard success. Mark
Damn.
that a success.
Nice.
As you look around, you notice that this area is quite sterile. There aren't any plants here. Yeah, there's a crap load of dust, and there's but even the office doesn't have anything. It is very bare bones in here. You can see that as you look quickly into the break room, the fridge is basically empty. You can see there's a couple of empty bottles that they clearly hadn't thrown out, and there's a little bit of mold in the bottom, but they've been kept in the dark. And yeah, this place is fairly plant free, except the giant plant that you guys just hacked to death in the outside room. There doesn't appear to be any obvious signs of plants. And as you look up and around, you can see that, yeah, there's a little vent that leads to the outside, but that has been shut, as in nothing can get through from the outside. This room has been fairly well sealed for the last 80-ish years.
Damn. All right. There's only one room? Just this one giant room?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. This is if you were to get another hiking bag, you would probably fill it with various types of stuff. Yeah, take a luck check for me.
Oh, damn it.
Since you're the one doing it, you take the luck check.
Oh, that was almost an extreme success. That's a success.
As you and Helen begin to pick through the different medications, it's you're bypassing anything that doesn't have what it's supposed to be on there, looking for a specific type of stuff. You do find kind of at the back and at the top, you find a couple of small boxes that have the ethylamine written on the end, and you pull them down. You can see that there's only one box there, and it's not a lot. There's probably 20-ish tablets in total, and you can basically tell fairly quickly, yeah, this would probably do. No, I'm just giving it a go to you. Put it down. And Helen says, this would probably be enough if someone just got infected, but that's not enough.
Would it be enough to subdue the effects?
No.
Yeah.
How much of that do you have, though?
There's 20 tablets here. If I got infected now, that would probably clear it up for me. And Lark is smaller, so maybe enough for Lark too. But if he's forgetting stuff already, this won't even touch it.
No, he's already been taken over, he said, so...
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything. Good to keep on us, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Other than that, there looks like there's morphine. It'll probably be good to get. There's a couple of antibiotics, and she begins to systematically take all the good stuff. You can see paracetamol and ibuprofen. You're those are great things, but she's ignoring the low value stuff that is fairly common that you could probably find in anyone's house. And tubes of Germaline for bee stings and shit. That's being ignored. But she does grab pretty much all the other things that she seems to know what she's roughly looking for. But you could also make a scavenge check here, Sally.
All right. Thank you. Scavenge.
Do you actually have a skill called scavenge?
I don't have a scavenge check. I have an appraise check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your resources.
Oh, you want me to just roll my resources?
Prepared. That's what you're called. God damn it.
So I think the thing we were talking about is that Sully uses his appraise skill to gather resources.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to use it much. All right, that's a hard success.
Not good.
Yeah, so you find let's say 20 worth of prepared resources.
Damn.
Like 10 success per success level, I think is totally fine. Okay. And you find there's ibuprofen here and paracetamol, and you find what looks like adrenaline, which isn't great after a certain point, but it works okay in a pinch if you have a fuck ton of it and you don't think it's gone completely off. You find a good amount of random medical drug supplies that aren't just paracetamol and ibuprofen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
Yay.
Sully's gonna start filling up his bags, all the little nooks and crannies, shoving the lesser valuable stuff, I guess, or the more situational, traveling situational items.
Yeah. Ralph, could you roll an extreme luck check for me, please?
Ooh.
An extreme luck check. Does this have to do with the drive?
Yes, please. It has possibly something to do with the red panda-looking USB drive.
Okay, I did it. 5 versus
God fucking
12.
damn it.
Extreme success.
Okay. You
That's
son of a bitch.
crazy.
Well done.
When you go to the different computers and you try logging in, there's nothing immediately accessible, and it does require a lot of battery to get some of these guys. These just wound down. You mostly get information on people's names and addresses, what they have been prescribed, how much they've been prescribed, the costs of the value. You find out that they were expecting a delivery from. Coming in from the international airport, Ismail Tedrani. That there was supposed to be a shipment coming in from the airport directly to them of some fairly a broad range of different types of medicines and a restock on things your basic supplies first aid kits and sewing kits and stitches and dressings and all that good stuff. But obviously that never made it here. It was pending to come in. You get a digital version of one of the pharmaceuticals hey, these drugs interact with these drugs. Don't do that. You get a digital version of that. And on the Red Panda USB stick, you find a note.
Congratulations! With the purchase of this Appleton product, you have a chance to win the only civilian version of Cleek. This USB device serves as your ticket to claim the prize and keep it safe. Cleek are 4 interconnected short-range communication devices that are powered by the warmth provided by the human body. Its audio clarity up to 1 mile is crystal clear, even through 5 meters of concrete, rebar and earth, and can pick up the human voice even at its lowest decibels and frequencies. Its patented environment software removes exterior noises even in loud environments, such as construction sites and the sounds of eating. Imagine talking and not having to worry about your friends being able to hear you eating an apple while you talk. Extraordinary. Cleek communication device comes with preset channels allowing for private conversations between specific users with a simple keyword for each channel. Cleek comes with military-grade encryption to ensure your privacy at all times. In order to claim your prize, simply be the first person to present your ticket. This USB device in person to Appleton HQ, 1 Appleton branch, the Orange Valley, Italy, the continent. Legal disclaimers. Purchase is not required to claim the prize. The prize cannot be exchanged for its monetary value. The prize is on a free loan to the competition winner for the period of 5 years, whereupon it shall then legally belong to the competition winner. Upon claiming your prize, you're agreeing that the likenesses and names of the winner to be included in media related to the giveaway promotion and to be used in promotional material related to this product. Upon claiming your prize, you are acknowledging that the product's use shall be monitored to further develop and improve Cleek for non-military market, and data shall be monitored by Appleton and its subsidiaries. You are not allowed to sell this product within a period of 5 years from the data claim. You are disallowed from using this product for military, security, or criminal enterprises. If the competition winner is found to be in contravention of these stipulations, then the company will seek to reclaim its property. Appleton retains their right to recall your prize at any time with a period of 5 years from when the prize was claimed. Employees, former and current, and their immediate families shall be excluded from this giveaway.
Well, this is really advanced stuff, it seems. Might be worth looking into. And also all the medical information on here. There's a lost shipment that might be worth looking into as well.
A lost shipment of medicine.
Yeah, say, do you need any of this for your government work, or you got a government issued laptop or something? Because otherwise, I'm gonna pull all the memory out of this.
No, go ahead. It's computers aren't really my thing anyway, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna sell what I'm doing to my boss. So I think the less I can have to explain away, the better.
All right. I don't know what most of that means, but okay. Just checking. And I assume that these are laptops, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like 3 of them.
Okay. And those usually have the memory accessible by just screwdriver, right? So I could pull
you can definitely flip the back and pop the hard drives out.
Okay. Then I'll do that. I will leave one working one. Just because I don't want someone to come here and think, computers, and then not have a working one. You know what I mean? I'm going to steal some components out of them, but I'll leave one of the components here so that you can have a complete system if you stumble across this.
Yeah.
I'll take a smaller portion of the information to be a little nice. Look at me go.
You are far too kind.
A true saint.
You have a bad streak of leaving usable material behind for...
Shut up.
The next person.
For the enemies.
He's leaving a trail.
Yeah, I think between the 4 of you, you can spread out your medical supplies. Ralph, you can definitely take the few hard drives that are on the USB stick as well. Do you... Which doesn't matter, we'll get to that later. Helen slings her bag on her back, just oh, Jesus Christ, that's heavy in comparison to normal. Okay, well, we have everything we need. Do you think we should move on?
Yes. Let's grab a couple of things out here and set them up to be picked up when we go to Gumpendorf. That way, if we unload a bunch of stuff at Corinthus, then we have just a place to come pick them up. And now that we've broken open the door, there's a good chance that whoever comes through here next is gonna run in here and take everything they can.
Do we want to get the material that we'd want for Corinthus and then figure out what we're leaving where and
definitely
figuring out what we're going to do our friend at the castle in?
Yeah, definitely. Let's find the fabric first, and then we'll go back to the castle inn.
With that, Helen decides to take point.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's done here. She's upsetty by the complete lack of medicine. But everything else here is pretty cool.
There is a lost shipment. I'm just saying, if you want to waste a little bit extra time, we can go find a lost shipment, dude.
I wonder how far away that is.
Probably a couple of days.
Yes, it's 3-4 days from here.
Yeah.
The 4 of you continue through the town. You pass through some residential homes that have clearly been looted or have collapsed and fallen down, much like some of the farmsteads that you passed on your way here. Probably not more than a 10-15 minute walk along this road. You see the houses become more and more sparse, and then ahead of you, you see a large sign. And you can see a tiny little map on this sign, which basically lays out the location of 8 large warehouse buildings. And you can see that written on the side is a little key, this is Industrial Motors, this is Appleton Computers, this is We Are Paper Boxes .it or whatever it is. You see lots of those buildings listed out on this little key. And true to her word, it looks like one of the first warehouses that you come across is indeed a textiles factory. A textiles shipping facility.
If Helen has calmed down a little bit, then Sully's going to take point.
Oh, yeah, she's chilled. Like a 10-minute walk and she's done.
Yeah. Just if she was going to bum rush into the warehouse without like anything, that was going to stop her. But yeah. I think Sully just readies his gun and does his standard sweep. Check the ceiling, check the wall behind you as you enter, all that good stuff.
Okay. So you can all take a spot hidden check. I'll have you three do it and Helen will step out. She'll watch the rear, so to speak.
Hard success, 22.
Oh, God.
What?
That's another success.
With all of these mother-fluffing successes.
Just watch us waste them on, like, not so important situations.
Yeah, just you wait. There's going to be combat and it's going to suck.
Fail.
Fail, pure fail. You enter the warehouse. It's one of those warehouses that have like the garage door that rolls up and rolls down, but this one's down. And true to her words, she had left this one open. So you're able to go through the normal door and you find yourself in like a kind of slightly larger warehouse. You can see that there are stacks of shelves and you can see that most of them have been looted or things have been pulled to the floor. You can see that a couple of these wooden crates have been obviously crowbarred open and you see one crowbar sitting on the top of a box. You can see by looking around that this really was some sort of like material storage warehouses, and you can see in the very back of the warehouse itself, you can see there are these absolutely massive rolls of what looks like denim or some sort of jean material, or it could perhaps be turned into like canvas and tents. But that is on the far back wall. You notice also as you come in that directly ahead of you there is this kind of rickety wooden staircase, and you can see that this has had better days. You can see there are a couple of rungs missing. Like, it's definitely a mission to climb up these stairs. It's so many of the steps themselves are missing, and you can see that there is obviously what looks like would be a mezzanine above that you could access other things. When you enter, Sully, you don't spot anything really. You know, you spot like, yeah, there's a big old bit of material at the back and that's gonna be a bastard to carry, but we'll figure something out. Lark, when you walk in, you notice that the floor isn't like an even, like, and it's not an even color. You notice that the ground, like, is supposed to be some sort of like concrete
lava
or cement, and it's kind of the ground is not. No. You notice that the ground is supposed to be this kind of like uniform-ish, like concrete, like greyish yellow. But you notice in places there are like really like dark stains. Like, they're pretty big. They're probably about 3 or 4 foot across. And there's like 3 or 4 of them that you can see just by entering in, like around, like in the kind of like gangways between the shelvings themselves.
Is that like liquid stains? Like something dripped on it, or?
I'm gonna go that with your, like, if you look up, you don't see anything else. You don't see anything that would obviously be dripping on the ground. They do look like drip stains. Like, maybe someone left a car in here and it leaked oil, but like, it doesn't look quite right. The edges are too like smooth and nice, and there's just something not right about them.
Lark is gonna look at the stains and they're gonna say, what do you think made these stains on the floor? There's nothing from above.
Does Sully recognize the coloration, the texture? Like, has he ever seen anything like this before?
There'd be no way that he'd have seen this before.
He's gonna approach the gunk. And he's just...
Is there still a substance there, or is it just like it seeped into the floor?
Yeah.
It looks like it seeped into the floor. Like, you know, if you're in Photoshop and you decide that you're going to color this area green, it's kind of like that, but it's not green. It's definitely black. or a very, very, very dark gray. It's... Yeah.
So it's just going to get like a long piece of metal or whatever and like scrape up the stain just to see if it reacts in any way.
As you... Ralph, where are you?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I think that I'm in the room, probably.
You with them?
Yeah, I'm probably just not paying
Rolf,
attention.
are you with us?
I get you, yeah. Yeah, like you're able to grab like it looks like it would be like a part of one of the shelves, but obviously you haven't finished building it or it's a spare or something. You'll be able to easily grab like a piece of metal. And yeah, you reach out and you scrape across like one of the dark stains on the ground. And as soon as you scrape it, you see like a tiny little like, tiny little flecks of like, yeah, this is kind of sparky. This is kind of cool. And then all of you see the stain shift to being under one of the shelves, and you see the other two move as well. Could all of you make sanity checks for me, please?
Uh-oh.
I was not paying attention, as I stated before, right?
Guess what? I succeeded.
Okay.
Yay.
Woo!
Hey!
Good luck,
Yay.
y'all.
Rolf was just staring into the air like,
Doesn't
Nice
matter.
place.
He still saw this.
The less I
you
pay
need to-
attention, the less crazy I get.
All right. Lark, what did you get?
success.
Okay, you take 2 points of sanity damage. Sully, what did you get?
Success.
You take 2 points of sanity damage. And Ralph, what did you get?
I didn't roll. I wasn't paying attention.
Ralph, you need to roll. You're still
Fine.
aware that your friends are freaked out and the stains that were there are no longer there.
The stains are moving.
Got a success.
You also take 2 points of sanity damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as soon as like the stain starts moving, like Lark jumps out of the way, like, oh god. What did you do?
The three of them that you were aware of, they all shot under the different like shelving racks that are around. But they are no longer in those little gangways, so you're very easily able to make your way to the back and get the material if you want. You're very much more easily able to go up the stairs if you want to. The stains are gone. I wouldn't worry about it, guys.
They are completely like out of sight.
Yeah. You would have to essentially get on the floor and look under the shelves to be able to see them.
All right, let's go over a couple of things. So Sully grabbed a piece of metal and he scraped at the thing. Mm-hmm. Was there a weird sound or anything like that?
Only the sound of you scraping the bar across the floor.
Did it react instantly when the scraping started? Did it react once the bar entered the area above it?
No, it was pretty much as soon as you started scraping it.
All right. The floor where I scraped it, does the floor seem to have the normal amount of scraping damage, or does it look like the floor took no damage?
It looks like it's the right amount of scraping damage.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the rules here.
Did anything happen to the metal thing that he had in his hand?
Good question.
It has sustained the correct amount of scraping damage.
So it didn't dissolve and it's now dripping or whatever with acid.
I think it's fair that we ask strangely, weirdly specific questions. Fuck.
Whatever that was, that doesn't look good.
No, we're getting out of here. And Sully's backing up.
Yeah. Lark is also moving backwards, but making sure that there's no stains behind them anymore on the floor.
Yeah, you turn around and look on the ground, and yeah, there's no stains on the floor between you and the exit. It's a couple of steps anyway. Yeah, and then you the three of you find yourselves outside and in the kind of sun.
Yeah. Sully's gonna pull the door, I'm assuming it's some kind of slidey door.
No, it's just a normal door.
Yeah. Sully's gonna close the door. He goes into his backpack and he gets out a spray can.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
How many prepared points?
I don't know. It seems legit. Let's do 5. That's fine.
And he's gonna spray across the door. Danger stains.
Danger stains.
Definitely doable.
What does it mean?
It is definitely danger,
It's a mystery.
exclamation mark, and then stains.
Episode name, Danger Stains. Except we're doing chapter names, so this doesn't work.
That would be good. But yeah.
Don't touch.
Yeah, don't that open inside.
Don't did. Are there any more stains like around the storage areas, like on the outside?
Take a spot hidden for me.
I'm just going to go ahead and...
That's a success.
There are.
Uh-oh. There's more over there. Look. It looked exactly like that.
What do I recognize what I'm looking at all? No. Still no. Okay.
Like, none of you would have seen this before, but it looks like this kind of patch of ground that is in front of one of the other warehouses, like the warehouse, like one along. You can see that there are a couple of these stains that the edges of them are too smooth and too clean, like someone's used like a Gauss filter with no blur whatsoever. It's just too smooth and too nice, and it looks like all the coloration underneath it would be the same. It's not a goo, it's not a liquid, it just looks like the ground has been stained or someone's put a Photoshop filter over it and just coloured over it to colour everything underneath.
Okay.
But you do only see one of these.
Just one stain.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually don't really know what that is, so...
We're going to make ourselves back to the hotel. We're going to inform the man there of the situation here. We're going to inform him of the lack of drugs and his options at this point. And then we're going to keep moving because we're not dealing with this. I have no idea what this is.
I would like to stop by the warehouse that said Appleson Products, see if I could find any replacement parts.
Just make sure we don't step on any of these stains.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for the stains, and I would like to go to the Appleson place too. There's a chance they might have a handheld CB radio there.
Yeah, it's definitely worth looking for anything.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the first sign of a stain, you are getting out of there. I don't care what you think you can find, we're leaving.
I think that's reasonable.
Ralph looks like he's considering whether he can promise that.
Be scared of stains. Got it.
All right.
Danger stains.
Danger stains.
God damn it. Ralph, you have a lot of useful, unique knowledge. You cannot get yourself killed like this.
Lark and Sully, are you guys going inside with Ralph and Helen, or are you going in with them? Sorry, are you guys staying outside while Ralph and Helen go in, or are you guys going with them?
I would like one of us to stay outside and keep an eye out for stains, and I would like one of us to be lookout while they rifle through shelves.
Question is, whom?
Lark, I'm sending you in.
I think Lark is better at keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I'm sending you in, Lark. If there's anything... if there's a threat in sight, you're all lambs.
Helen raises her pistol.
I meant what I said.
You can't shoot the stains.
I can't.
I mean, you can try.
I haven't seen Helen in combat situations yet, so I'll reserve judgment.
Because you refuse to try and kill her.
I have stabbed a still-moving plant once.
We did it, boys. We did it.
I think I'm good.
Oh, so you've done that before? What we did earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
That was...
Oh, you're referencing the thing at the farm.
Oh, yeah, I've done nothing before that. I missed every swing I took at the thing that was attacking Travis. Every swing I took.
You did.
I have not damaged anything
died,
yet,
though, you did,
except for the plant today.
You did keep the guys distracted.
You did.
Yes, you did core distraction duties with Asta.
Genuinely tried, is all I can say for my efforts.
Okay. So, Sully, you're staying outside? Okay.
And Lark's on lookout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Duty.
So, Ralph, Lark, and Helen all approach what looks like a pretty well-protected, a pretty well-maintained Appleson warehouse. It has, like, the branding at the front, but it's obvious that the door has been, like, broken into, and it's a bit of a push to get inside. But when you do finally open the door, like, you find yourself in a warehouse fairly similar to the one that you were just in. You can see that there are like some fairly big boxes around and lots of smaller boxes, and everything is beautifully labeled. Everything has like a nice little, like, everything is so beautifully labeled. Everything has like coordinates, like, hey, it's on this shelf and at this position on this racking, and there's barcodes at the front of everything. And just as you walk in on the left-hand side, you can see a backup to the digital system, which is a clipboard with a bunch of information on it and a list of where everything should be and how much is there. Ralph, roll a luck check for me. You're going to get something, but how lucky you get is...
By the way, before the two of them just run loose, Lark is going to tell them, be careful if you step in front of a shelf. The stains hide underneath them, or like in the warehouse they hid underneath them.
Yeah, Helen nods. They're not going to go in because like the clipboard is immediately to the left. But if they start roaming, then I'll get you to make a spot hidden for me. Oh, I'm going to have Helen roll a luck check as well to see if she can find a radio.
It's a success. 56 versus 61, so really close.
Regular success. You find in the list of stuff, you find components that would match your solar cells. And they look like they are probably two versions, like hardware-wise, better than the ones that you have. So those would be like the immediate thing that you would find on there. Otherwise... everything else is just a mismatch of words and numbers and things that you could hodgepodge onto OT, but it could do without immediate, like, unless you're going to spend a long time here to cross-reference, this may be a different day kind of a problem. Looking over your shoulder, Ralph, Helen's also quickly looking through it, and she sees exactly the numbers that she is looking for and the model that she's looking for. And at that point, I would like Lark to roll a spot hidden for me, please.
I shall. Oh no, that's an 80.
It was worth it for
might
Odie.
Just be
it was worth
a little bit too dark. But you don't really spot any like particular stains. And as luck would have it for both Ralph and Helen, the parts that they are looking for are pretty close to where they are, and they're pretty close to each other. So able to go in, grab the extra upgraded solar cells, and grab what looks like two small boxes, one slightly larger than the other, that Helen just kind of grabs very quickly, and the three of you leave the building. Sully, can I get you to roll a spot hidden too, please?
I'm going to roll a spot hidden, and that's a 24 and a success.
Oh,
damn. You notice that the spot, the kind of stain that's in front of one of the other warehouses that are nearby, it looks like it's slowly making its way towards you. And you notice it very specifically when, you hear the people your companions, they're saying something. It kind of begins to scoot towards them just a little bit. It's not moving very fast, but it is oh, there's a noise, and it kind of moves towards it. Oh, there's a voice that moves towards it, and there's a voice, but it hears a bird song, and it doesn't move.
You guys just hear hissed from the outside. Complete radio silence.
Helen does 2 thumbs up as she leaves, holding these boxes in her hand. Is anybody staying or trying to grab anything else while you're in the industrial area?
I'm not in a position to push my luck.
You are correct, sir. Okay. I think with that, then, with the hissed utterance of "be quiet," the 4 of you managed to very quietly and without talking to one another leave the industrial area. Hi everyone, it's V here. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We start getting into some more World stuff, I guess, with the introduction of the clique, which Neil had me in fits of laughter hearing what he had done to the reading of the terms and conditions. This may come back to haunt me another day, but you will very much find that out. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone listening. It really helps us out, even just listening, and it really makes us feel good that people want to hear our story. If you want to get these episodes ad-free, you can get them on Patreon for as little as $1. And it's not just the sprouting, but it's also our other actual play, The Lucky Die, and it's also our audio dramas like Counterbalance, and also our talk shows like 4 Top 3s. So yeah, if you want to support us another way, Patreon, $1. There you go, bosh. That would be amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Actually, talking about our own shows and Counterbalance, Counterbalance is launching at the beginning of the year early on Patreon, and also will be coming to feeds hopefully February 2026. So yeah, to entice you further, here is an ad for Counterbalance.
Hello, Ariel. Did you want to listen in on me and Rock enjoying ourselves?
Don't encourage
Should
him.
I describe to you what we're doing right now?
Mikasa? What's going on?
Let's see. Look, these wind shells document anything you do in order to banish the spirits.
I don't banish spirits. I'm fixing the tango.
Of course, we can't open a new hole into the Aetherweb every year.
The spirits aren't always bad, are
Those
they?
are exactly the reason tangoids happen in the first
Akasa, I'm
place.
sure Raka knows how to get through a water gate without disrupting the magic balance.
So what happens when there's a hole in the weave? Does magic pour out?
It's already broken. Let more of air into this world. I'll destroy every single one of them.
You've fed enough already.
I will kill you, you filthy
Whoa, calm down, Kaka.
Try it, Feather Duster.
God, ferocious rune master. Your friction will grind the weave atway.
Yarta, in moments like these, I wish I could see the runes.
What's wrong, Raka? Is that tangle weave maybe too difficult even for someone as great as you?
Counterbalance, a high fantasy audio drama. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you get podcasts from.